you guys got for me?
Coach talked about it's hard to gauge. He was talking tackles, but really anybody up front without pads on. So how does this benefit you guys up front when you don't have pads
You
on?
can gauge it for sure. We're going 100%. It doesn't matter if we have pads on or not. We're going 100% out here. So we can get in work, man. Great work. Work isn't going to change when we get pads on.
Dalton, your new teammate Bobby Massey actually chose to move out to Colorado last year, and he talks about he loves hunting and fishing. You being a lifelong Coloradoan, what do you want to show guys like Bobby about this place?
Yeah, man, he's kind of already got it figured out. He's building a house out in Larkspur. He knows the right location out there, and he's a good dude, man. It's kind of crazy how him and his wife decided to get married out here before he even knew he was going to be here. Started building a house, bought some land before he knew he was going to be a Bronco. So, man, we got a lot of stuff to do. You know, right now it's training camp for the next 5-6 weeks in the season, but we're going to have some fun next off season for sure.
What does he bring to the room, another experience?
You know, it's so great to have those veteran guys because, you know, obviously I'm not a veteran going into year 3. You know, Graham's getting close, Garrett's getting close, but to have a guy that's been in the league 10 plus years, around that 10-year mark, he can bring so much, just like DeMar Dotson did for us last year. Just him being in the room in so many facets, talking about run game and pass game and how guys rush. And he's just been around the game a long time, so you kind of soak in what those guys say. And I love having Bobby in the room as well as Cam. I love having Cam in the room. All the guys, man. We got a great unit. This is the best I've felt. It's only day 3, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it's the best I've felt about the offensive line unit since I've been here. I'm just feeling really good with the guys that we're working with right now, for sure.
Last time I saw you, Dalton, you had a shirt that said "Entitled to Nothing." There seems to be a sense of urgency with this group. You guys are kind of over losing. How do you see it manifesting in practice and with the attitude of this team?
Yeah, man, I think it's coming together. There's a different feel out here. There's a different feel out here than there's been in the last 3 years. And who cares? You guys could take that and say, who cares? That's fine. We got to prove it week 1, and that's exactly what we got to do. It's only day 3 of training camp. Got a lot of work ahead of us. But at the same time, like my shirt said, you know, we're entitled to nothing. Just because we're in the NFL, just because I've played 2 years and was drafted as a left guard 2 years ago, I'm not entitled to anything out here. I'm not entitled to the left guard spot. Heck no, I got to come out here every day and I got to earn it. I got to earn that spot. And I think that's how our whole team is this year, is we all got to earn our spots. Isn't nobody coming in here, I used 2 bad words there, my grammar's awful, coming in here and just expecting, hey man, I'm the starter, I got this figured out. Maybe a few guys, you know, I'm sure those guys deserve it. But for me, and I feel like a lot of the team, we're showing up and saying, hey man, we got to earn this. We're not entitled to anything out here. There's a sense of urgency, like we got to go. So I love it. I think it's been great so far. To his question earlier, yeah, we don't have pads on. Of course, when we have pads, it's going to be more physical. But, man, we're going out here. We're going. No breaks. No breaks, man. Like, we're going. The full go. We have little what do they call these things, spiders? What the heck does that do? It's not even a pad, bro. So, I mean, we're going hard as heck out here. We're getting better. It feels great.
Dalton, Drew said he has man strength and he's growing facial hair. Can you notice any difference with Drew and
Locke?
That's what he said.
I haven't checked his face, man. He's never done very well at growing facial hair. But, you know, if he has, I'll have to give him some respect, man. I definitely think he looks stronger. He looks good. Put on some good muscle. He's moving around great out here, man. So I think he's doing a great job.
Is their facial hair beard powered, though?
I think a lot of it's mental. I mean, I grew out my beard a little bit. I don't know if you guys remember. I used to kind of go more clean cut, but I'm trying to look more like a grown man this year. So some of it's an intimidation factor. You know, you want to look guys like, Shelby Harris. He's like, oh, dang, Dalton's growing up a little bit. He's getting a little more scary. You know, I don't want to be a clean-shaven face. But then you got Graham Glasgow. He shaves the whole thing and keeps a mustache, and he still looks like a grown man. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Quinn Miners is kind of in the same position you were a couple of years ago. Kind of well-hyped, interior blocker. What have you noticed about him so far, the way he's conducted himself?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I mean, Quinn Miners is this guy that come from D3 football and got drafted in the 3rd round. You got so much respect for his story, and he's working his tail off day in and day out. I think he's going to be a great, attribution to our team. I think he's going to end up doing really well. Of course, he's learning right now. He's getting better each and every day. He's rolling well with the 2s right now, but he's going to continue to compete for jobs, whether that's a guard, center, whatever it is. And I think he's going to be a great player for us. Just like when I showed up to where I'm at now, there's a lot of growing to be done. There's a lot of maturing to be done, a lot of figuring out techniques and plays and preseason games. We're so early in this. It's great to talk to y'all, but we're also so early. We haven't even played a preseason game. But Quinn is doing an extremely good job. Very proud of him, as well as the rest of my offensive line.
Dalton, you guys always want to stay up generally in practice, but when Lloyd had to play, where he puts a linebacker down. It seemed like it kind of gives some juice. What was
Yeah, man. I mean, that's football right there, man. That's football. You're out at practice, and of course you want to stay up. Our main priority is taking care of each other out there on the football field. But at the same time, we're trying to get better. D-line does that to us as well. Linebackers do that to us as well. And that was one of the plays where Lloyd did his job, and he got AJ. You heard AJ after going up to him. He said, "Not again. Like, you messed up now. Like, I'm coming after you now." Like, that's football, man. That's what I'm saying. We don't have no pads on out there today. Look at what we're doing. We're working, man. So you can gauge a lot. You can gauge a lot off what we're doing out there. We're working. So I love it. And, let's just hope it's never the offensive line that's on the ground. But today we got the linebackers. So
No fights hit. Anything brewing?
What'd you say?
No fights hit. Anything brewing?
Anything brewing? Something's always brewing, man. Something's always brewing in the trenches. I'll tell you what. We got a great defensive line, and it's such a tough balance because you're trying to get better out here. You're trying to win more than 5 games. You're trying to have a heck of a season. So you're trying to get better on the defense and offensive side, but you're also trying to take care of each other. It's a really fine line. Like, it's hard in the NFL. You're trying to work hard, put a guy on the ground, but not put him in the ground, but keep him up. It's a lot of details that go into it. So we haven't had a full-fledged fight breakout, but we're day 3. Usually about a week into camp, everyone starts getting a little grouchy. Coach says it's going to be a 2.5-hour practice. We throw the full pads on. You guys want to be there for that day because I'll probably be in the middle of it for sure.
Thanks, Dalton.
Yeah, thanks, guys. God bless.